Good evening. Tonight, we begin with a headline that's sending waves of excitement through the music world. Mariah Carey is back. Yes, the undisputed Queen of Christmas, the five-time Grammy-winning icon, and one of the most celebrated vocalists in history, has just released her first studio album in 7 years. Fans around the globe are buzzing about this new project, titled Here for It All, which dropped on September 26th. And right from the opening lyric, Mariah lets us know she hasn't missed a beat. The very first words we hear are as bold and cheeky as ever. I don't care about much if it ain't about me. Let the money talk first. Conversations ain't free. It's classic Mariah, unapologetic, glamorous, and fiercely self-aware. But this album isn't just about flexing her diva persona. It's about evolution, reflection, and once again proving that Mariah Carey remains one of the most important voices in pop music. Now let's talk about the sound of this record. Here for It All is Mariah's 16th studio album, and it shows a woman who is both rooted in her legacy and willing to push her artistry into new territory. She teams up with Anderson .Paak, one of the most respected names in modern music production, to craft an 11-track collection that blends soulful grooves, R&B nostalgia, and a playful pop sensibility. The collaboration is most obvious on Play This Song, a silky track that nods to the Stylistics classic, You Are Everything. It's an homage that feels fresh and current, with Paak's signature silk sonic touch, adding just the right amount of retro polish. Mariah's vocals, still as pristine as ever, float effortlessly above the production. It's not just an album for the fans who've been with her since Vision of Love. It's a record that could win over a new generation discovering her for the first time. But don't be fooled. This album isn't just about soft grooves and nostalgic callbacks. Mariah's pen is as sharp as ever, and her lyrics pack a punch. Take Type Dangerous, one of the most talked about tracks on the album. Over a minimal, finger-snapping beat, Mariah delivers a no-nonsense warning, singing, I won't entertain all your narcissistic ways. It's cutting, it's direct, and it feels like a grown woman speaking her truth without hesitation. There's a confidence in these lyrics that reminds us why Mariah has always been more than just a singer. She's a songwriter, a storyteller, and an architect of her own narrative. And that narrative continues with the title track, Here for It All, a soaring anthem where Mariah flips from sassy to soulful, assuring listeners, I won't let you break when you fall. It's moments like this that show why she remains a pop powerhouse. One of the most striking things about this album is how balanced it feels. Mariah Carey has been in the business for 35 years, and yet this record doesn't sound like someone trying to recapture the past. Instead, it feels like an artist comfortable in her skin, unafraid to experiment but never losing her core identity. Anderson .Paak's influence helps open up her sound, but the melodies are still unmistakably Mariah. Her famous whistle notes make appearances. Her layered harmonies are as lush as ever, and her playful ad-libs remind us that she's having fun with the music. This isn't just a comeback, it's a statement. Mariah Carey is here, she's relevant, and she's still one of the best at what she does. It's not easy for an artist with such a long career to sound fresh, but this album proves that she can do just that. Let's break down some of the standout songs. The opener, Me, is already making waves online. It's braggadocious, it's cheeky, and it sets the tone for the album's confident energy. Play This Song, as we mentioned earlier, is a lush standout with its retro groove. Then there's Type Dangerous, which fans are calling her sassiest track in years, a lyrical middle finger to toxicity. And of course, the title track, Here for It All, which is arguably the emotional centerpiece of the album. This song showcases Mariah's ability to blend vulnerability with empowerment, reminding listeners why her ballads have always had such staying power. These tracks are a reminder that Mariah doesn't just sing songs, she creates experiences. And with streaming numbers already climbing, it's clear that her fanbase is more than ready to embrace this new era. Now let's talk impact. This isn't just any album release. It's Mariah Carey returning to the cultural conversation in a big way. After all, this is the same artist who holds the record for the most Billboard Hot 100 #1s by a solo artist. Her influence stretches across generations, from the 90s kids who grew up with her ballads to Gen Z discovering her through TikTok trends. This release matters because it proves that Mariah is still shaping the soundscape of pop and R&B, even in an era dominated by younger acts. And in a music industry that often sidelines women past a certain age, Mariah's continued relevance is a powerful statement. She's rewriting the rules of longevity, showing that a true icon doesn't fade, they evolve. Of course, no Mariah Carey story would be complete without a look at the diva persona she's carefully crafted over the years. And yes, that persona is alive and well on Here for It All. The demands for luxury, the sly one-liners, the cheeky shade, it's all here. But beneath that glittering surface is an artist who's still deeply committed to her craft. Her vocal control remains impressive, her songwriting is as sharp as ever, and her ability to connect emotionally with her audience hasn't wavered. There's also a layer of self-awareness on this record that longtime fans will appreciate. Mariah knows her place in pop culture, and she leans into it with a wink and a nod, giving us an album that is both celebratory and reflective. So where does Here for It All fit in Mariah Carey's legendary discography? That's the big question, and early reactions suggest this might be one of her strongest projects in years. It's confident without being overproduced, nostalgic without being stuck in the past, and catchy without sacrificing depth. Whether you've been a fan since the Hero days, or you're just now tuning into the magic of Mariah, this album is worth your time. It's a reminder that true artistry doesn't age, it only grows richer. As Mariah herself sings on the closing track, "I'm still here, still standing tall." And after listening to Here for It All, it's clear that Mariah Carey isn't just back. She never really left.